Greetings everyone, it's Dr. LJ. I just want to walk through our week 2 because there's a couple of extremely important things in week 2. The most important thing is we're going to start the first step of our project that culminates in week 7, where we finish all of these activities in the following weeks that result in a finished project. And the most important one is choosing your proposal. So that's in week 2. But the first thing I want to mention is that the deliverables for this week, we also have our discussion. In our discussion, we're going to talk about cultural works and their values. And those cultural works are the very things that you're going to look at in relation to your project. So we're going to really kick around some ideas this week, talk about life experience. So make sure you look at the course content, watch the videos, read the information, all the articles and text. I know it's a lot, but let's really work on some of those things. Focus on definitions of cultural work and why they're important. Let's have some really good discourse and conversation in the discussion post, and then really concentrate on really getting this first step, your project proposal, together. Make sure you note that the discussion post this week, both your original post on Thursday and your 2 peer responses on Sunday, are due at 11:59 p.m. in your time zone. Now, when you're choosing an object or a work, cultural work, what we're really doing is called art criticism. And this is what your project proposal is. And so after you go through the steps in the rubric, so make sure you see and read the rubric, make sure you choose the cultural work based on the parameters of that rubric. And then we go to the second part, which is in the art criticism. And once you have your work chosen, you have 3 steps ahead of you. It's what we call description, analysis, interpretation, and then evaluation. These 3 steps then are critical in helping you evaluate your work, right? This cultural work. And so these are the questions right out of your rubric that we're going to answer with these 3 steps. What are the characteristics or elements that make it stand out to you? That's the description of it when you're writing. And then the analysis is, what do you think that the artist or creator or author intended? And then, did they succeed? And so these are important. And so in description, just make sure you stick to the facts, talk about the things you see in the work, the research you've done, the investigation, some of the basic elements of it, all of those important material things. And then we want to describe what we see in front of us, right? So if you're using a piece of art, you want to describe what you see in front of you. And so make sure that descriptive stage is really based on all of those things. And then the second part is your analysis and your interpretation. You want to talk about the elements at work in the art. You want to get your cues from the elements. You want to look at all the content in there. And then the last step 3, you want evaluation. In this step, you'll determine the quality and the importance of the work itself. And so then all of your opinions come in your writing, your conclusion, and then all of that comes together with the historical interpretation, the historical record, the author's own words. And then think of it this way: your experience with the work along with all of the facts and the historical evidence, those 2 elements together run parallel, and they create this full document, this full project coming together, and you really have a good proposal based on your experience and opinion of it and the historical research, blending those together to prove your point. And so you're going to build a thesis with your proposal, and then you're really going to begin to open this up, and we'll form some of the other elements coming together and have a complete project at the end. This is so important. If you have any questions, of course, I want you to reach out to me. I'm excited about this. This is one of my favorite parts of the class, as I get to see your creative minds at work as you're choosing cultural works of art that mean something, that's explainable, that not only meets the deliverables so that you show that you understand the course content, but also that you get to experience the art, and I get to hear your opinions about it based on your historical research. Now, no one's going to read these except me, but I really think this is exciting. I look forward to this. It's a really good way to get, for me to get a good look at what makes you excited about the humanities. So I'm looking forward to this. If you have any questions, please reach out.